booked over 1,000 sales calls in my coaching business over the last 3 years, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same too. If you don't know who I am, I'm Lou Ganning. I help dating and relationship coaches scale to 10 to 20K a month, make a ton more, travel, impact the world, change lives. And I'm going to be running you through the exact same process that my clients use. This is literally our appointment setting document. So by the end of this call, or by the end of this training, you're going to come out of this training being able to have the same frameworks that my clients use to book over 10 calls a week. So if you proof of this, like Blake, he's a new coach. He literally just booked, I think he's booked over 3 calls this week. We've got Nadine, she just booked, she just signed a client and just booked a call, booked another call and rescheduled another call using this framework because people don't always, you need to know how to reschedule. Farah just hit an 11K month. Rita just booked a sales call. And yeah, like all of our clients crush it. So I want to proof this. You are here because you don't know how to set appointments or you want to get better at appointments. So I want you to put yourself in the frame of, I'm not a complete beginner and I've never done this before. And the reason being is because the industry is absolutely fucking you with poor appointment setting training. You've maybe been listening to Alex Hormozy and he said like, hey, you want to do an indirect call out and message people and like, yeah, that's great, but you're going to get a lot of price questions. You're not going to be able to sell the price that you want. And then on top of that, you might have had a guru say you need to dig into the pain points, and you dig into the pain points and then people just ghost you. Or you don't get people reply, or you feel like you're sending messages and you're not just or you might, even worse, you might have invested into someone like Iman Ghazi or anybody who tells you to cold DM. Worst thing to do in the world. Don't do that. So I'm gonna set the game straight so that you can actually come out of this call knowing how to book calls. Now, first of all, setting is not for making pen pals. You need to stop friend zoning yourself. Setting is not to be ignored. If you want to grow a coaching business to 6, 7, 8, 9 figures, make a massive impact on this world, you can't just ignore appointment setting. There's literally people in your audience right now that would buy, but you just got to reach out to them. And setting works best with a consistent lead flow. So if we check Rosanna, she's had around 40 new followers in a day from our funnel system. And if you're not getting new followers every single day, then you're going to make it really hard for you to appointment set. So you need to have a system in place to be able to do that. So if you want to see what that looks like, just go over to the main video on my channel, how to set up your funnel. And just for context, I haven't just taught this and done this to myself and for my clients. I've trained appointment setting teams and my own appointment setting teams with a record 51 calls in August and without me actually doing anything. So this absolutely works. Now, people buy when they're warm enough, and you want to direct people to the resources that do the selling for you, which we will cover in point 3 of this. So make sure that you stick around so that you know exactly what resources to be sending and when. And the goal isn't for you to nurture people through the conversation. The goal is for you to gather information you need in order to be able to qualify people and send them to the correct messages or materials. So in other words, we're looking to create once we understand where we're at in the conversation, we've got the conversation going, we're looking to understand a current state, a desired state, and the gap in the middle. And then the gap in the middle is your program, but we are directing people that they need to come onto a call to fix the solution to get from A to B. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, fun. People think that DMing is this big, overwhelming, anxiety-inducing monster. It is when you haven't done it. Like, just go and have fun. It's honestly like dating. Second is you need to speak like a 14-year-old girl. No block messages. So you know, like 14-year-old girls, it's like, or you when you were like 12 years old, maybe you might not have had a phone by then, but anyhow, it's like send message is like send a sentence, send message, send a sentence, send message, send a sentence, send message. So I'll show you how that looks down here. So you see that, how this is literally Rosanna, who I just showed you. what's up, yo? It's great to connect. Send. Are you here for this? Or are you here for this? So it's just broken up, the messaging. Now, you also need to acknowledge people. What you got to remember is people in the conversations with you are literally opening up. They might not have told anyone their struggles. They might not, never had a safe place to be able to talk about their challenges and their goals. So if you just don't say anything like, hey, thanks for being honest. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I understand you, I appreciate you being open. These psychological cues that make people feel seen and heard and safe, they're just going to shut off and ghost you. So getting into it, get your pen and paper out. Starting the conversations. There's two kind of ways that you could do this. You can use ACA, which is a bit more of a Hormozy frame, or you can use what I call option A or option B. So ACA is a double complement. So I would say this works a little bit better for business to customer. So if you are a relationship coach and you serve people who are high achievers, something like that. Also doing it in your own tonality is going to help you. So it's just something as simple as, hey, what's up? Yo, what's up? I saw you went to the Rocky Mountains, always wanted to go there and it looks incredible. How did you end up going there? So here I'm looking to acknowledge something on their profile, give strong rapport, or ask them about a certain thing. Because it's really hard to reply to someone who's genuinely caring and supportive. Here's how it works. Acknowledge, I hear that. Oh, that's awesome. Compliment, you must be a super hiker by now. And then ask, so what exactly is it that you do? Or so what exactly is it that brought you to my page? Or what are you working on right now? I might be able to send you a high value trainer from my library on your confidence. So this arguably can go in the second section, but I put it here because I've tested and trialed it and it has worked as well. Now, the option A or B. This is going to give people a clear A or B option. So just to clarify here, so you might need to zoom in, but what this says is, Rosanna, what's up, y'all? It's great to connect. I sent a GIF because I like to have fun. And also what we've found is sending GIFs get you 40% reply rate. I don't know anyone in the industry who's got a better reply rate than that. 40% reply rate for GIFs sent. Are you more so here for the content or more so here for starting and growing a coaching business? Brackets, best business in the world, lol. That's my personality. She said, hi, Luke. How are you? He, both. Haha, yes, love it, which is an acknowledge, and then I send a GIF. So that's how we open up a conversation. And also this gives me clarity. Okay, if she's just for the content, I'm gonna send her some content. She's here for starting and growing a coaching business, then I can get into the thick of the conversation and qualify real fast and get somebody onto a call. Now, next one, here's another example. Hey Thomas, what's up, man? See you following my old coach Nick and a past client, so I'm acknowledging him. Not sure how you got to my page, if it was from a current client or them, so you more here for the content or more so for the starting and growing coaching business, best business in the world. He's like, hey, just seen an ad, had a look through your content, saw some bits I thought were interesting, decent bit of value in your content, main reason for the follow. Cool. And then I sent him a voice note about his profile because I found it really funny. And he was like, just got to put myself out there and see what happens. So I've opened up the conversation. Now, important note for you to realize with this is it's not about the exact words you use. It's more so about what you need to hear, gather, and the resources you need to send them. That's it. And if you try and follow the exact wording that I'm using, then it's going to feel a little bit robotic. So there's kind of frameworks here, right? We've got starting the conversations, we've got current desire, we've got desired state, and then we've got creating the gap. And I'm going to give you frameworks and things that you can use in every single one. So second, information you need to gather, where they are currently at. So I like to figure this one out first, so I can attach the first question to value that you want to provide for them. So example, tell me a little bit about your situation, man. Might have some value I could give you. Or how's everything in your world? Or hey, just check in. Did you get access to my newest training on XYZ? If not, more than happy to drop it over to you. I know you'll get a ton of value from it. So for example, with Tom, we set a call with him. I said something along the lines of, hey, just check in. Did you get access to my trainings on productivity, ideal clients, appointment setting, sales, etc.? If not, more than happy to drop it over to you. I know you'll get a ton of value from it. He was like, no, I didn't get it. And I was like, okay, cool. What's your email? I sent that over to him. And then I sent him another bit of training. And then I was able to ask him about his current state. So that could be something that you do. Again, you're going to want to try and test this for yourself, because you as a coach, you with your energy, I want you to feel what's authentic to you, but also move through the frameworks. You might say, what all is it you do? Or what are you working towards with your fitness right now? Or what are you working towards with your relationships right now? This is really just niche. What are you working towards with your niche right now? Next question. Always, I find this so I'm going to call these A questions. The next thing that I would ask is, how long have you been working on X, Y? Because if somebody's only been working on it for 2 weeks, they're not in that deep of a struggle. They're maybe not going to buy, they're not ready. But if somebody's been working on it for 3-4 years, they're likely in a struggle, and they likely are going to want your help because they've tried things. So once you figured that out, you want to now find out the dream outcome, the desired state. So this could look like, so what target do you have for your business? Or do you have any monthly income goals? Or what are you working towards with your relationship or confidence? Or what are your goals with your fitness this year? And then once I've asked that, I might even ask, okay, so why are you working on yourself right now? Because I want to understand, like, what's the reason why somebody's doing this now? Like, why has this suddenly become a priority? This is also going to help them clarify why they need you. Next thing here is, what is holding them back from reaching their dream outcome? So I've understood their current state, and now I want their desired state. And I've found out the two. Now I want to know what is actually holding them back. And this is helpful for me because I want to know if I can actually help people. I don't come in with the intention of, oh, I'm going to sell this person. I come in with the intention of curiosity, like, okay, like, but why does this person need help? Like, what's actually going on for them? Can I actually help them? Or do I need to direct them to somebody else? So this looks like I use the framings from the earlier parts of the current conversation because it helps mirror somebody. When you mirror somebody, somebody feels familiar. So I just repeat back some of the things that they say. So this might look, so Luke, 10K a month is where you want to get to. So what's stopping you from getting there if you're currently building a website and creating content, if that's what they maybe said that they were doing right now to get towards their desired state? And they might say, oh, I'm just really struggling with accountability, or I really need more leads, or I really need more sales. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, got you. And then I'm going to actually just pitch the call. Another way that I could do you is I could say, oh, I got you. Where is there a holdback right now if you're currently doing 5K a month? Or where is there a holdback if you're currently building a website, or you're currently building a podcast, or if you're if I'm in the relationships niche, I got you. So where is there a holdback right now if you're currently in therapy with your partner? So I'm just really trying to find out, like, what is holding them back from getting from A to B. That's it. So some frame of question similar to that. You could also ask, love this, so what would you say it's a priority for you to change? That might give you permission internally to pitch the call, but I like to see this as optional. And a great way, just as a side note, for you to build authority in your conversation is just say, thanks, I hear this a lot. I definitely hear you. I see this a lot with people I speak to. So just these framings can give you a lot of authority. So before we get into pitching the call, I told you earlier I wanted to cover the resources. Now, the reason why we send resources is because it's a lot easier to sell somebody who's seen a lot of your content and you've broken limiting beliefs with your content. So if somebody's been on your profile for a year and they've seen your content, they've gotten to know you, they literally know where you live, your birthday, etc., they're going to know, like, and trust you a lot more. But if somebody's just fresh on your page, they're not necessarily, like, they don't even have an idea of what your program is. So instantly on that conversation that you're going to have to change their life, the sales call, you're going to have to explain your program for 5 to 10 minutes. Whereas if they already know what your program looks like, and they already know that you change lives, and they already know your process, and they already know a lot about you, you're going to close at a lot higher rate. That's why we close at 67%. So when to send resources? So a good thing is if you're getting kind of dead responses from people, that's a sign that they haven't seen enough content from you. So as soon as you realize that they aren't eager to buy from you, you're getting 1 or 2 word answers from somebody, send them some resources. The next is to give them value to the conversation. So just after they give you a challenge, like let's say for explainer's point of view, let's say I get in a conversation with you and you're like, oh, I'm just struggling to book calls at the moment. I might say, oh, I hear that. Let me send you this training, which you're watching now. Let me send you this training so that I can help you move forwards. And the reason being is because you'll then get less calls booked because you're qualifying in your content, but you'll get better quality calls booked if you send resources first. So basically you'll make more with less calls, which means you'll make more with less time and get more time and freedom back. So rather than book 30 calls in a week, you might book 10 calls in a week and you'll get more time back for yourself and you'll make more money, which everybody wants. Now, what to send? You can send your main VSL, since it'll get them to know your story, results, process, breakdown, limited beliefs. Watch a main video on my channel if you want to see what that looks like, or a video you made about a specific problem from the information they gave you. So like this video, for example. But then most importantly, keep asking questions. Don't stop. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. So don't just send them resources and then disappear. I made this mistake for ages. Send them resources and then keep moving the conversation forward. So this might look like with the send out, hey, dude, based on where you're at, I think you get a ton of value from this video, check it out, and we can keep building from there. Or I might take this out and say, based on this video, I think you get a ton of value from this video, send, and then go like, okay, so like, what are you looking to work towards right now? Just continue in on this frame. So you might send the resources in the current state, and then you might say, okay, so like, once you figure out this, where do you want to get to? So I'm just going to continue the conversation. Now, once I'm confident that I've got a gap, so I've understood the current state, I've understood the desired state, I want to set the call. Now, if they're ready, they're warm enough, offering a call is as simple as just asking. People overcomplicate this. They're like, what? I can't book calls. And I'm like, you're not fucking asking. That's why. You're being super authoritative with the call booking. So you're saying something like, let's book a call, or let's hop on a call later. It's like, I don't really want to. You got to ask people kind of permission to hop on the call. So the pre-ask is, hey name, hey Brandon, hey Luke, hey Ethan, hey Jeremy, I want to be straight up with you. I'm confident that I have a few strategies that could definitely help you. Either way, I'd want pain point, so the struggle earlier, I'd want your lack of lead flow, or I'd want your struggle with booking sales calls to change. Because I genuinely do. I want somebody's problem to change because then they can move forward. It's like if somebody had a broken leg, I'd want them to fix that, right? So you can get to desired outcome. I can totally walk you through my process A to Z if you'd like. So for me, I might add in this, I can totally walk you through my process of how my clients make 10 to 20K a month, if you like. They're then going to say yes, and then from here, I'm going to book the call. So make booking the call the inevitable next step to getting them a result. So make it basically a logical no-brainer and give them a worst case scenario that can also help you too. So I like to use a voice note. So I might say something like, cool, bro. So best way to do that is for us to hop on a call. We'll dive deep into your offer, your game plan, where we can make some improvements. And at the end of the call, if you're a good fit, I can genuinely help you. We can start implementing. So if I carved out some time in my schedule, would you be open to exploring what that might look like? Worst case scenario, I'll send you a bunch of free trainings to get you in the right direction. Does that sound fair enough? 99 times out of 100, they're going to say yes. Also, I might specify this a little bit more to the person that I'm speaking to. So for this person who was a pay in full client, we were talking about the benefits of ads, and I was talking, hey, because we can hyper specify with your story, it's really easy to attract dream clients versus organic marketing, where you're waiting to attract people or you're hunting them down. So look, man, you seem like the type of guy I'd work with. Either way, I'd want some things to change for you. 100K a month would mean you're helping a lot of people, and all for that, which was part of his goals. if I carved out some time in my schedule, would you be open to exploring what that might look like? And can send you a bunch of free trainings to either way. So either way, on the result of the call, I can send you a bunch of trainings. So that's how you book the call. Simple framework. Pre-ask, book the call. Now, important thing, this if I, would you be open, is so gold. This is what I learned in my first ever coaching program. And it's honestly like, if you don't frame your calls like that and you're like, hey, let's hop on a call, you're going to get way more sales resistance. Whereas nobody wants to not be open. So you say, if I carved out some time in my schedule, or if I open up my calendar, would you be open to hopping on a quick call? Super simple. Now, once you've set the call, so once you've sent your Calendly link, or once you've given them some time in your Google Calendar or on your schedule, or whenever best fits for you, ideally in the next couple of days, you want to set some cool homework. So you send the Calendly link, you have a Calendly form, and then you give them homework. So this could be as simple as like, awesome, I see you booked in for 9 a.m. tomorrow. Before the call, will you check out this training, as it will be really helpful for you and we can get up to speed on our call. The trainings that we'll send is, if you haven't got any trainings, like if you have an Instagram live that you did about maybe your mission or your vision or your why, send that. If you've got long form content, send that. If you've got podcasts, send that. The best things that you can ideally send, if you've got a bank of content behind you, is going to be a VSL and a bunch of testimonials. So 2 or 3 videos is best. And I prefer to ideally hop on calls the next day, if not the day after. That way it gives people time to watch the trainings. Now, if you know anything about me, I don't like to just tell you guys all the information. I want you guys to actually go and implement this, go and get some wins, and then come back to me. And if you feel like you got a ton of value and you feel like it worked, then you can sign up with me. And we can take it to the next level. So ultimately, this stuff is going to be amazing, but where you're going to get the real value out of this is, sure, you can do this and it will work, but the real value is then, okay, with the calls that I'm hopping on, how do I make sure that I actually sell? How do I actually make sure that I sell at the price that I want to price at? And then you might ask, like, we do pretty much daily DM reviews. So if you look at this here, we have a whole setting and sales channel where our clients send through suggestions or what to reply with or anything like that. They'll literally, like Haley, one of our clients, literally sent like 7 DMs yesterday, and she'll get responses of how to improve that. So this has taken our clients from having 100 conversations with no calls booked down to some of them, like Nadine was booking a couple of weeks back, 1 in 6 conversations that she was booking were turning into sales calls. So imagine what that would do for your business. If you had 6 conversations and that turned into 1 call, that would be pretty astronomical, right? So if you want to learn how to do that, you don't want to like pay with this for time, and you actually want to move forward, literally just go and watch the main video on my channel and then go and book in a call. That's honestly going to be your best move from there. But anyhow, action steps. So reach out to followers and everyone who's engaged in your content in the past 6 months. So you can always re-engage with them by liking a few posts of them and start booking calls today. You could also throw up a quick poll on your Instagram story, and that could, like, whatever your niche is, you just say, like, what's your biggest struggle with neuroscience? What's your biggest struggle within your marriage? What's your biggest struggle within fitness? And then you just put the struggles. So if I was in a relationship, if I was, let's say the dating niche, I would say, what's your biggest struggle with dating? Getting dates, getting ghosted, matching girls online, or having the confidence to have a conversation, or having conversations. And then when people vote on it, I'm just going to DM them, like, thanks for voting on my poll. Notice you voted this. Would you say you're more so looking for content or this, or more so looking to actually fix this thing? And then you can enter the conversation at point 1, like I said earlier. Now, what to avoid? Last bit. Don't copy and paste tons of messages. If you're not getting replies, it's because you sound like a robot. 2, don't send 100 messages at once. You'll end up in Instagram jail. It's not a fun place to be. I was locked out of sending messages for 7 days. not ideal. And 3, if you are going to call people out, which I haven't taught in this, but you might have done in the past, do it from love. Like, don't call people out. Like, don't call people into their transformation aggressively in the DMs. The last thing that you want is somebody putting you over social media saying, this person was mean to me, when actually you were just calling them into their transformation. So honestly, I would just avoid that until you learn some more skills on appointment setting and objection handling. But with that said, let me know how valuable this was down below in the comment section. Like, give this a like, drop below what your biggest takeaway. Oh, last little helpful frame for you is if you actually just want this document so that you can pull it up, like, I'll be real with you guys. I still bring this up when I'm setting now and again. I have my setters and my clients bring this up all the time. If you want this for yourself, then just DM me the word setting, or DM me the word setting, and I'll send it over to you so you have live access to this document as well, so that you can go and book more calls, go and change more lives, and ultimately travel, have the confidence to build the business that you want to have, and not rely on outdated frameworks from other coaches that suck. So with that said, love you all, go crush it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.